Oh yes, this is the best. Oh yeah, I love this fucking play. He was so mad when that kill, he just hunted me down after that. Once he came back, he went straight for me. Got you. I got you, bitch. Let's do this. What's my clip? What's my highlight? This? I guess because I protected everybody? Oh. Oh, man!
Of course it was Lynn that said yes.
I feel bad for Lynn because she just seems dumber than fuck. She's just a part of that.
Oh,
No,
man.
Lynn seems like dumb sweet, you know? Like
Yeah,
someone who's
like
just
me.
so sweet and makes
That's
them
what I
dumb.
mean. I'm just like, bro, hang it up.
Is that me? No.
No, not at all.
Right.
I don't know how I come off. I don't know how I come off at all because when I was like not full of PTSD and like saw people in person, they all told me I came off very intimidating and they all thought I was a bitch until they got to know me and then they're like, you're the sweetest fucking person ever.
You seem like the right amount of like nice. Like Lynn
Yeah.
sounds like she'd be walking down the street with absolutely no.
I got that
It's very, was it naive optimism? Is it destroyed? I'm blowing up. I'm shooting this shit. Got him. That was sick. Jarvis clipped that. Oh yeah. That really did feel like Iron Man right there. It's my I wanna see it. How many kills did I even get this game? It's like 4. Oh yeah? Look at the highlight.
You're just gonna do that, which is kind of fucked up because you're gonna have people who aren't the actual legit soldiers play soldiers. And it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Finally, if you want to use the National Guard, the governor of that state is in direct control of the National Guard, so Trump has no control of that. And if you have a guy who's like in the blue state and Trump orders him to use the National Guard, he can refuse, and Trump cannot do shit about it, you know, because directly the governor.
There's two builds here, but I'm gonna show the actual most impressive build I've seen so far. Just this one right here. Now this guy, yeah, I did put my camp outside his house. I should know. this. Look at this beautiful place. Oh my god. What a work of engineering. Alright. Alright. So I'm snoozing this. Bro. Alright. Listen. I'm on. I know no one's on here right now. I don't know, maybe somebody is, and I'm just not aware of it or whatever it is. But we got an emergency. This country is now at that time. It's now that time where the Constitution is directly under threat. And what in God's green fucking earth is everyone doing? We are doing nothing. Nothing. The Democrats, what are they doing? Nothing. Woo! The only people who are doing anything are these fucking judges. The only people who seem to be doing anything at all. Right? Jesus Christ. This is the moment. This is the time where Trump has officially crossed that threshold where he's like, fuck it. Not only am I going to do something illegal, I'm going to do something so wildly unconstitutional. It's finally time to test its limits, to see how willing is the United States to not give a fuck. Not give a fuck about what's about to happen. So yeah, before, Trump had a federal funding freeze, right? He was like, oh yeah, I'm passing executive order, I'm just gonna take congressionally approved funding and fucking not use it. Haha, that's a good idea, right? That's how we save money. Haha. So that's what he did. And of course, unconstitutional, right there, by itself, right? It's unconstitutional for him to fucking do that. Is it illegal? You may argue it might be, but he still uses executive order powers to do so. Now it's illegal because what is he doing? What is he doing? He's not listening. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't want to listen no more. He said, fuck you. I don't care if you're a judge. I don't care if you're the check and balance law and order motherfucker. I don't care about any of that. I don't care if this is the law of the land. We're just not going to do it. And he's not doing it. He's not doing it. He even tried to appeal, which of course the judges were like, fuck you. Of course not. You can't do this. This is insane overreach, right? This is wild overreach. And if he gets away with this, what precedent does this set? What precedent does this set? It means nothing could stop him now. He's now king. The Constitution is as valuable as the fucking dookie wipe I used this morning when I was on the toilet. Like, there's nothing, we can't even use this shit anymore. It doesn't mean anything. This country, everything's gonna go off the fucking rails if he gets away with this. Because we're already seeing everything go off the fucking rails, right? What was it? I just saw this morning, the new report came in, inflation rate has gone up for the first time in 4 fucking years, right? The fucking prices of groceries and everything has gone up by a decent amount since 2015, right? Fucking, not only that, not only is the economy taking a massive hit, the Constitution doesn't mean any shit anymore. It doesn't mean any shit, anything. So a judge come out and say, hey, you're doing this, it's illegal, you can't fucking do it. We're putting this order out, you have to fucking comply with it. And Trump is like, what do you mean I have to comply with it? What do you mean I have to comply with it? Or else what? What are you gonna do? This is what we're at right now. And of course, no one's doing shit. The people who should be rising up right now, right, are congressmen, are fucking Democratic leaders, everybody who should be up in arms about this ain't doing shit. The media, what are they doing? They ain't saying, they ain't talking about it as much, or if they are, they're not putting as much seriousness onto the matter. They're not as, like, it just seems like they're always still trying to, you know, cater to the other side and softball them and kind of just not be alarmist and alertist because they're afraid of being, like, I guess, over-exaggerating shit and seeming extreme. But this is an extreme fucking situation. I don't understand why they're so complacent to this. Why is it as everything is carrying on as is? There should be a fucking riot happening. There should be a revolution happening right now, this moment. The president is straight up sticking up the middle finger to the law, like straight up to the face of a federal judge, and federal orders.
Today, a federal judge.
Who's supposed to hold them accountable after this? If the judges can't, who is there?
Said that President Donald Trump violated his order that lifted a blanket freeze on federal spending and again directed the administration to release the funds.
That as top prosecutors in nearly half the country just won a temporary legal victory, restoring medical research funding stripped late last week. White House correspondent Laura Barone Lopez joins us now for more. So Laura, 3 weeks.
How quickly do you think he's going to get away with more and more shit if he doesn't get held accountable for this specifically as soon as possible? How do we force Trump to have to listen to the law? How do we do that? This has never happened before in United States history. This has never happened before. If he cannot even listen to those kind of laws, right? Is he really just king of the fucking world now? If Elon Musk doesn't have to listen to shit, if his army of 20-year-old goons doesn't have to listen to shit,
to the Trump administration,
this is supposed to be the last line of
federal
defense.
Judges describe the president's
Legally,
actions as
before we enter the extreme area where people riot, people protest, people fucking start a march straight up to the Capitol Hill, and start throwing their arms and fists up in the air and shit.
What more did federal judges say about Mr. Trump's attempts to freeze some of those federal funds?
So on that sweeping freeze of federal funding, District Judge John McConnell said in a ruling today that the Trump administration's continued freeze of those funds, quote, violate the plain text of an order that he previously issued, saying that they needed to stop and that they needed to release all of those funds. And Judge McConnell called Trump's actions, quote, likely unconstitutional and said that the freeze...
It is 100% unconstitutional. He's not allowed to do this. We are so fucked. We're so fucked. I don't think anyone understands. I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind right now. I always thought in my mind when I was growing up, based on everything I learned about United States history and being patriot this and loving your country that if a politician or a fucking powerful person rose up through the ranks and decided to say the Constitution doesn't apply to me anymore, I'm not even gonna use this shit, I would think people would be ready. Like, I would think this would be the moment. The NRA, National Rifle Association, where the fuck are you? The whole purpose of you is so that when this happens, y'all come up, you guys grab your fucking guns and start getting to work. That's what I had thought. You guys talk about this shit all the fucking time. The moment has arrived, you've done nothing. Your pro review moment has arrived, you're doing nothing. As a matter of fact, you like this man. You like the fact that he's breaking the law. You like the fact that he's taking taxpayers' money, congressionally approved funding, and doing whatever the fuck he wants with it. He's got his hand in the treasury. He's scooping up fucking doubloons like a supervillain. And these guys, no one's doing fucking anything. If I need to be the one who loses my mind on camera just to make myself fucking feel a little bit better or to get this message out across to anyone in the fucking world, because I'm definitely gonna post this on YouTube and on Facebook and all this kind of shit. I'm gonna get this everywhere. Listen, your president has stepped multiple fucking lines, both constitutionally and legally. This man is straight up a dictator king right now. And he has his own first mate, or what is it? I don't know what the fuck you want to call this guy. His new first lady, Elon Musk, right? He's doing even more diabolical shit underneath the whole surface of everything. We are about to get smacked with a whole year's worth of nightmare fuel. Smacked. We are only 3 weeks in. We're only 3 weeks in. We're not even that far in. And this guy has gone overboard with everything. Overboard. It's only a matter of time before we start to see the consequences of these actions. And it's not going to be that long from now. It's not going to be that long from now. I know we've gotten very comfortable living in a world where news happens, it comes and goes, right? Big events that come in the blink of a fucking eye, and our memory can't hold on to things that long. But this is going to be something that's going to persist throughout the year, throughout the next 4 years, if we don't do anything about it. The next 10 years, if we don't do anything about it, God knows what's going to happen. Some of this shit, some of the damage Trump is doing right now is going to be felt for decades. Even if the best thing happens and somehow he gets ousted out of office and an actual Democratic leader rises up and takes his place. Somehow, through some fucking miracle. Even if that happens and this guy starts to get to work and fixing shit, we're going to be feeling the effects of what Trump has done for generations. For generations. It's going to be fucked. And whatever America is going to look like later, it's not even going to be recognizable compared to how it looks right fucking now. And I know I sound alarmist, but this is what the media should be sounding like, because the alarms need to be raised right now. He's already done way too much damage. He has. Yes, Soviet, you're right. You're right. You're right. The damage that he's done, we won't even be able to understand the scope of it, because so much information is being covered up or hid or not even being kept track of properly because of the way Elon's handling things, because of the fact that he has a bunch of literally children working for him and handling all this insanely sensitive data. We have people, again, I said this before, we have people who've had these positions, held these federal employee positions for 40-something years, some of them, right? At least decades. They've held us up through the worst times this country's ever experienced. Now they're no longer in office. Now their expertise that kept us a country and kept us unified will no longer be employed. And what's even worse is there's no one to fill those positions. And if they do get anybody to fill those positions, it's going to be loyal sycophants that have no experience, that don't care about us. They only care about making Trump and Elon's goal be manifest, essentially. That's all it is. That's all we're going to be seeing. And the volume and scope in which he has fired these employees, there's no shot that he's going to be able to replace all of them within the year or two. No shot. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of employees, right, being replaced or fired in all types of departments and positions. People are already fucking dying. People are gonna die some more. And we're gonna be broke while this all happens. We're gonna be poor and dying very, very fucking soon. A lot of people. A lot more people than usual. And even worse, with this, if let me paint this picture. If he gets away with this, right? This is just for funding, right? This is just for conditional funding, right? He gets a judge's order to tell him to stop. He says, fuck, I'm gonna keep doing the freeze, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever I want with the spendings. Alright. So he learns that he can get away with that. Next, he starts making those concentration camps on the border, right? And using the federal funding for funding, that kind of shit, deporting people and putting them into those camps. Federal judge sends him, no, you can't do this. Not only is this unconstitutional and illegal, but it's inhumane. He's gonna be like, well, fuck you! I didn't have to listen to the other thing. Why the fuck do I have to listen to this? Why do I have to listen to anything? He could do anything at this point. All the guardrails, this is the final guardrail. This is the biggest guardrail. It's the last one. If the law, the judges, and the people who are supposed to uphold the law has no power over him, there's nothing's gonna stop him. He's got all his confirmation, all his picks that he's picked so far, being confirmed with flying fucking colors. RFK Jr., by the way, has been confirmed. He's now going to be in charge. We now have the ex-heroin addict, brain-rotted, fucking walking corpse of a conspiracy theorist who's now leading our nation's healthcare systems. Yay. So Biden should have just went ahead anyway with the student loan forgiveness. Yeah, he should have. He fucking should have. Because he could have done so much. And that's what gets me so fucking mad. I was depressed for that last month of Biden being in office because he had all the powers, all the same powers that Trump has. All of them. All the fucking stuff that Trump was given. Who could have stopped him from doing whatever the fuck it is that he wanted to restructure the government and make it so that Trump's time in office here would have been a living fucking nightmare, and he wouldn't have been able to get away with all this shit that he's getting away with. He could have done so much. And the Democrats, they have to stop with the civil BS. They do. I'm starting to get pissed off enough. Where if there's a whole fucking revolution that takes place, the first people I would fight would be the Democrats. They need to be ousted as soon as possible. As soon as possible. These Democrats no longer fucking, well, they never did. I almost said some dumb shit. They never really did represent us. But regardless, these old geriatric fucks can't even recognize when danger is right in front of their own faces. And I mean, not just danger to us, but to them themselves. To them themselves. Jesus Christ. If Trump was bold enough, if he was bolder than how he is right now, and more fucking insane, some of these Democrats would have been like executed by now under federal like orders. Because apparently, you know, they were pushing this woke mind virus and are traitors of the American people because they tried to put Trump into jail. They're lucky it wasn't that extreme. And if it was, they would have done jack shit to stop it because of this position. To try to be civil, to try to be representative of both sides, and not try to sound extreme. To not alienate certain people because they need to get everyone to listen to them. The goals are not aimed at the right targets. They're just not. No messages get through. All the most important shit that has happened in the last 3 months, the last 3 weeks, I mean, most of it has flown right under the radar in terms of how the public has received it. The fact that people of Congress couldn't get into their own buildings because of a fucking 20-year-old, and the government, Trump, giving powers to them to have armed forces to help them enforce their own movements and no one's fighting against that. Not even the Congress people themselves. Some of them should have been arrested that day. They should have been arrested that day because they should have fucking forced their way through. They should have pushed that motherfucker on the ground. They should have kicked him in the chest and said, "Fuck you, let me in. This is my job. This is my right to be here. Who the hell are you?" Meanwhile, the Republicans fight tooth and nail for banning trans shit, and the Dems just roll over on important issues. Exactly. This is, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I wish I had a better answer, but the only way to do anything about this is that everybody gets on board with being just as upset about this and worried about this as they should be. They need to match the level of seriousness. The level of seriousness is up here, right? And the public's attention on it is down fucking here. It's down fucking here. This is just nothing. They don't even. It's not even like it's going to affect them in their mind. They think it's not going to affect them. I think that's the problem, is that most people think it doesn't affect them. It's frustrating. It's frustrating because this is the kind of stuff that will definitely affect you, but it's not instant. And when the time comes for you to feel the effects, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't stop it once it happens, right? It's already happening to other people. This stuff's already happening to other people in this country. But the level of seriousness isn't there because they're not seeing it, it's not in their life, they're not being affected. But the problem is that the more and more people that it happens to and that gets away with it, the less likely anyone's gonna be able to help you by the time it happens to you. You're fucked. They think it won't happen here. Exactly. They think it won't happen here. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. These are the things that affects everyone in this country. This is like, if let's say we're talking about a book, right? The Constitution, the law, all that kind of shit is the threads that holds the paper together, the whole thing together. Trump is pulling that shit apart. He's ripping it right out. He's ripping it right out. All those papers are gonna go flying all over the place. We're gonna be fucked. We are fucked. Anyways, guys, I can't be on here for too long as I would like to be. I was not able to get on here yesterday because I actually got really distracted cleaning up my computer and trying to like get new music. Also, I was trying to figure out a bunch of shit and do work as well. Tomorrow was Valentine's Day. I had to go shopping. I had to do a bunch of shit. Whole time I'm just thinking like, holy fuck. I wish, like it's just, I don't know if it. Oh, it feels schizophrenic. It feels schizophrenic that, like, because society and all these people are just carrying along as is, I have to do the same thing. Meanwhile, the whole time I'm thinking in the back of my fucking head, we're, like, experiencing a literal government overthrow. If it's like this country is technically at war with itself, like, federally speaking. And, like, we should be, like, worried about the more important stuff. You know, but I have to because of the cogs and wheels of society and shit like that. I need to continue as is, you know. Otherwise, my own livelihood's at stake too. So Biden could have said Trump cannot run for president, and he is now banned from elections because the president could do whatever. Well, yeah, he could have done anything. He could have done anything. He could have done anything at this point because everything was on the table for Trump. And we have now been fucked. It was our last, it would have been our last plan, the last ditch effort. It would have been our, like, plan C, I guess, not plan B, but plan C or some shit. We could have had that in mind. But the Democrats did nothing, like they had a limp dick. They just fucking didn't do anything. They could have drone striked him. They could have done anything they wanted to in a video game. They could have just fucking gave him a McDonald's hamburger that was just raw, and he would have fucking ate it and died. And we would have been good. They could have done anything. Like, this whole, I don't know what it is. I guess, you know what it might be? No, fuck that. It has to be some sort of moral, like, false idea of a moral high ground. I don't want to stoop myself down to that level, see myself become the villain type shit. Man, fuck that stuff, dude. That's the shit that gets people killed. It is. It really is. I'm not gonna lie. It's the shit that gets people killed at moments like this. And maybe it's because Biden is on his last leg and he wanted to make sure that he could still get his entrance into fucking heaven if he's, because I think he's Christian. I guess he is. I don't know. Maybe he was just afraid that the devil would not let him go up there for some dumb shit. It doesn't matter. Because again, it was our last effort. It was our last chance. That's the word I was looking for. It was a last chance. And our chance withered away and died. As old as he is. Barring him from the Democrats have always took the high road. Yeah, he's Catholic. Okay. Yeah, so just want to get into fucking heaven, I guess. The Democrats still want to take the high road. The Democrats still want to offer their, like, olive branch. Even in debates that you see on CNN, when they're arguing with these people who are absolutely fucking insane, they're still trying their best to meet them at their own, like, meet them in the middle or something. They're trying to, like, understand their position, blah, blah, blah. Despite the fact that they're dog whistling, they're arguing in bad faith, they're fucking grifting, they're lying, they're cheating, they're doing a whole bunch of shit, right? That wouldn't even qualify as being good faith at all, right? So you can't have any of these discussions of good faith, but they're not calling them out for it. They're not calling them out for it because they're trying to take the high road, right? They're afraid. They're afraid of what? Their popularity stinking down, I guess? Even though they're watching that shit already burn to fucking crisp? Is it because there's too many old people in the United States? Like, what is it? I need to know. And I need to know what to do next. Because I want to go protest. I want to call up some people. I want to fucking do something. But I don't know. There's nothing we could do anymore. I guess there's nothing we do. I guess it's too fucking late. I don't know. Maybe we did everything we could. Maybe we did everything we could. The only way we could move forward from now is just to keep pressing everybody about what's going on. And just keep spreading the word, I guess, and the warnings, I guess. That's how frustrated I am. As I shitted on stream. Again. Welcome, Sinister Alice. It's hard to do stuff when we're being censored and have to work so much to live. Yeah, it is. It is. But it just feels like it's one of those times where I'm supposed to, like, stop fucking working. Like, just sacrifice shit for this. Because that's what people would have done back then, right? Like, the reason why we have this country is because people sacrificed all that to make this work. Right? So the future generations wouldn't have to worry about this. And it feels like it's one of those times where we're supposed to be doing that. And everyone's just like, nah, fuck that. Like, I'd rather just be comfortable and keep making my own shit work for myself individually and just hope that someone else figures it out. And, like, it's easier said than done. I am saying it's easier said than done. Because the fact is that this whole society, or the whole zeitgeist that's happening, is so fucking complicated and convoluted that the first steps to even being able to do that, like, start to fight, is like, where the fuck do we even go? We're rising up against a nation that has like alien technology, drones, fucking like robots, fucking biological weapons, nuclear bombs, fucking like complicated working systems at play. This is something that can only be done, not in an individual sense, but can only be done in a mass sense. And the only way we can get the masses together to do this is for everyone to unify under one goal, one ideology, one thing that everyone could agree with. And that's the poison. That's where the poison lies, right? We can't unify in this country because it's been, what was it, societal norms, societal media, everything has been polluted with stuff that's meant to make us divided, right? Divisions everywhere. Propaganda from all types of countries, from Russia, China, from our own, right? We cannot agree on anything. We can't agree on anything. So now we don't do anything. Can't agree on anything, we can't do anything, we agree on nothing, we do nothing. No one has the same goals in mind, right? We all have the same feelings of goals, the same general ideals of said goals, right? We want peace, we want to like be like healthy, live our life, be prosperous, like get the nice things and all that kind of shit. But everyone has their own idea about how that happens. There's a lot of like uneducated people who don't know like how does a society achieve that for everybody, right? There's so much there's so much in the way, there's so much pollution and poison in the well, that to get that rising, that unification, that mass pushback to happen, has essentially been nullified. We have been, what's the word? We've been castrated. Quite literally, as a country. As a citizen, our political power has been seized from us. Our keys of power, as we saw in that weird-ass fucking video someone suggested a few days ago, have been stripped away from us. And they no longer, they're just symbols now. They're symbols. I gotta go. I gotta head to work. It's time for me to get out of here. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'll be streaming tomorrow, I think. Maybe, most likely. I don't know. It's Valentine's Day. We'll see. But yeah, I'll have an actual stream ready then. Be easy. Be safe out there.